before exploring Manhattan. Just on the way there, we're currently under the Hudson River in the Lincoln Tunnel, Washington Tunnel, some president, but on the bus. They look a bit ropey from the outside, these buses, but actually they're really nice inside and aircon. But the drivers leave a bit to be desired. They floor it as soon as you get on, so you come barreling down the middle of the bus. Loose plan for today is Harlem first to pick up a gospel choir for some gospel singing, you know, go to a church, and then head down the west side of Manhattan. There's a couple of car dealerships I want to see, obviously, and then head to the Intrepid Museum, the USS Intrepid aircraft carrier museum, where they've got a space shuttle and a Concorde and a Blackbird SR-71. Then keep coming down, go to Hudson Yards, pick up the High Line. I've had a recommendation for the best burger in New York apparently, so go there lunchtime, keep heading south, and end up at Liberty Island to get the Liberty Island ferry later on. That's the loose plan, probably change, but play it by ear, see what happens. I've come up to 125th Street in Harlem to try and find gospel choir, so a Baptist church somewhere. They look like a lot, but that looks like the closest. Let's go there. I think that's that way. No, it's not. It's that way. Easy to get confused with the directions around here. If it's a no-go, then it's just a block up from subway station, so I'll jump back on the tube and get back down to Midtown. Just some other stuff I want to do with the pass I paid for, so go and check out the Intrepid and Liberty Island today, hopefully. I think it's a no-go. Outside says the service is at 11 o'clock, so no, that's a shame. We'll have to miss out on that. We'll Google it. Harlem's nice. Some real historic housing here. You compare it to kind of somewhere like Cheltenham, that kind of like great big old townhouses. Yeah, not what I had in my mind at all, which is nice.
This is an accessible station. The elevator is at the rear of the platform.
Back down at 59th Street, Columbus Circle. How much is this roundabout? So we're on the southwest corner of Central Park, which is that bit there. We're gonna walk a couple of blocks over now. There's a couple of car dealerships I want to see on our way to USS Intrepid, which is, if you don't know, is a decommissioned aircraft carrier. If you've seen the film I Am Legend, it's where Will Smith is playing golf off the wing of the Blackbird, I think. I've just been walking down 11th Avenue looking for the BMW dealership, which I think is this huge building here, which absolutely dwarfs the Rolls-Royce dealership, which is really weird. But it's surrounded by lovely, great big apartment blocks and office blocks and stuff like that. And then we've got this old beauty here in the middle. Had no idea what it was, didn't recognise it, but I've just Googled it. And it's the IRT, or the former IRT powerhouse. IRT being the original name of the first line of the New York subway, which is Interborough Rapid Transit System. And it was a power station that generated the electricity to power said underground. And it occupies an entire block. It's from 1905. And what a beauty it is. And even more spectacular in amongst these great big buildings here. W Manhattan. Oh, there's an M badge as well, so there might be something exciting to see in there. Sure there is. People got deep pockets around here. Oh, look at that. First thing in the window, X3. What a thing of absolute beauty. Let's go and see if they'll let us in. Of course, even in New York, city that never sleeps, car dealerships close on Sunday. I'm pretty sure they're open in Hereford on Sunday. Look at that, M8 competition. Black over red. Never seen one of them before. Well, I've dropped a clanger here coming down on a Sunday. Didn't even think about it. But all these dealerships are closed. I'm going to have to come back because there's Porsche on the corner, Bentley, Lamborghini, Mercedes and BMW, Audi. And then just this little door on the end, there's a badge above it that you might recognize. Oh yes. Do they have anything inside that we can see? No, it is empty by the look of it. Oh, is this the Porsche stock car park? What? Come on, he's driving a BMW, he knows what he's doing. This is epic. Oh! Is that? No. Got excited there for a minute, I thought it was a Continental T. There's a nice Z4M coupe just tucked in the corner down here. Weirdly, in Manhattan, you just don't seem to see prestigious cars anywhere, like Ferraris, Lambos, Bentleys and things like that. I've seen one Rolls Royce out in the wild, one Lambo, and that's it. So you've got to come to the dealerships if you want to see anything nice, really. Other than, oh, a gator on the sidewalk, nice. Getting all the treats. So the area that I'm just walking down into now is actually called Hell's Kitchen, and I'd never heard of that before as an area of New York, only the Gordon Ramsay TV program, which, putting two and two together, I guess that's where his one of his restaurants is. Look at that. Boxster Spider RS. Well, we're definitely in the car dealership zone. There's Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep and Ram over there, Cadillac, Lexus. Oh, there's an LFA. Oh, look at that. That is a thing of beauty.
If you're thinking that it doesn't look like much, then you'd be right. However, only 500 of these were ever made, and they were priced at £340,000 in 2009.
What else we got? Old beast, but probably brand new. Better go across the street, and it's doing so much jaywalking, it's unbelievable. Doesn't look like it's a thing anymore though, that people get in trouble for, so.
Disturbing the peace, I got thrown out of a window. What's the charge for getting pushed out of a moving car, huh? Jaywalking?
Trail hawk. Flipping reflection on this glass is unbelievable. I don't hardly see anything. No, it's all trucks and no C39 over there. That's cool. The little white man is up there, dude, so I think we'll find it's my right of way. Cadillac. Oh, look at this old thing. This is the first old American car I've seen being here. Whatever that is, quite nice looking, to be fair. I've got a much higher opinion of a lot of American cars now having been here than what I had before. I had to give up on Hell's Kitchen supercars. It's obviously moved, but they haven't updated their website, so we're just heading down to the Intrepid. Oh, there it is, there's a Blackbird, I can see, I'm looking at the jet pipes of a Blackbird SR-71 on the deck of the USS Intrepid. What a treat. So you wouldn't expect that. Look around this neighbourhood, would you? Turn a corner and see that sight. Oh, I can also see Concord. How many streets are there in the world where you can see that? This is the only one. That's sweet. Look at this. Probably just not going to come across on camera, but the size of this thing is colossal, and I guess this is a pup by modern standards.
That's right. It's half the size of the USS Gerald R. Ford.
For those of you that don't know, that plane up there, the Blackbird SR-71, is very special because it held the record for a long time for being the fastest plane with air-breathing engines, i.e. not rocket motors, in the world for a long time. I think I'm right in saying that it achieved in excess of Mach 3.2, and that was what they admitted to, so you can guarantee that it was probably more than that, but that's 3.2 times the speed of sound. Use a combination of turbojets and ramjets, ramjet engines, which, if you don't know, ramjet engine is a jet engine with no moving parts. Yeah, very special thing. But yeah, so if you've seen the film I Am Legend, that's up on the wing there is where Will Smith is hitting golf balls. There she is, the old girl, sat on the end of the pier there, looking beautiful, in the place where she was designed to come. Well, they let us in. Oh, it's beautiful and cool as well, that's what we want. Oh, here we are, look at this. Right, you are here. Oh wow, look, there she is. Of course, everything in here is American for obvious reasons, so I don't recognize a lot of it. A4 Skyhawk, never even heard of it. Looks pretty sweet though. The place is huge. It's coming up onto the flight deck. Oh yes, here we are. S16. Well, I should know what that is, but I don't. I'm gonna go down this way and have a look. Of course, most of these, if not all, are Navy planes equivalent to our Fleet Air Arm, so never heard of most of them, to be honest. Suite of choppers. It's pretty cool. That's got to be a Huey, isn't it? Surely. Bell UH-1A. Standard NAM chopper. British Aerospace Harrier. There she is. A good old girl. I didn't realise it, but there's a... in the berth alongside, well, the other side of the quay there's a submarine as well, so check that out. McConnell F4. Oh, it's a Phantom. God, it looks different. Meg. McCoy and Gruvich. Another Meg. 21. Okay, now, this is something I've never seen before. This is...
Thank you.
A space shuttle. Look at this. First time ever seeing a space shuttle. Look at that. Look at that. The Enterprise. Wow. That is basically, that is a plane that went into space, attached to a rocket, and then flew back down. This thing is absolutely massive, but obviously only a fraction of its complete size, attached to like 3 rockets or whatever it would have been. Hopefully there'll be a scale model somewhere to show what it's like complete. A good model here showing what one of the things the spaceship did. So it's basically a pickup truck for space, just an empty cargo bay inside, so a vessel for taking things up into space. There's a lunar rover, or whatever it's called. Tyres are wire mesh. Look. Obviously you can't have pneumatic tyres in space, but you've got to have something ingenious. Go downstairs to see Concorde in a bit, but I thought I'd get a quick shot from up here because there's a view you don't often get of a Concorde from above.
Or as a steering wheel, power steering, this is all the effort that was needed to steer the 40,000 ton Intrepid. Whoops, we're going the wrong way. Now, what's interesting is there's no right and left in the Navy. There's only port and starboard. One place on this ship you will see right and left is right here. That's to avoid confusion. The quartermaster does not respond to port and starboard. He listens for right and left. And if he hears that, they're talking to him.
Now on the bridge at the USS Intrepid aircraft carrier. There's something to give you a feeling of power. Here we are, coming from the bridge, looking out over the flight deck. So this is where the captain would have come out and surveyed all that he controlled. This is the runway, for want of a better word. Excuse me. Believe it or not, I'm not just standing around waiting for you boys. Oh, nice and cool again. It's cool. Good little telly. Really muggy today, so yeah, I want to just go and sit down somewhere cool and charge my phone. But I've left the best till last now to come and have a look at the Blackbird. And what a beauty she is. It's an incredible plane. I can get an end-on view. Showing the profile of it as just because its sort of cross-sectional area is minuscule for the actual size of the plane, for obvious reasons, aerodynamic ones mainly. But obviously it's got a very special shape as well, because it's had no armament on these planes whatsoever. They were purely reconnaissance. So the idea was to be able to fly high enough and fast enough such that you could, fly high enough to avoid detection in the first place, but then be able to fly fast enough to avoid enemy countermeasures if you were detected. But yeah, so there's the really special engine. So it looks like it's got 2 engines, this, but really each engine is 2 in 1, because it has a turbojet part, which is a conventional, sort of conventional jet engine, and I think the rear section is what's known as a ramjet. Basically, when you're flying fast enough, just purely the compression air going into a ramjet engine. If you just inject fuel in, it will burn and give you thrust. So there are no moving parts in it. But you get a massive increase in thrust, which is what this plane is dependent on, obviously, to be able to achieve the speeds that it did. But yeah, I mean, you look at the size of the thing. It's got to be 60, 70 feet long. Absolute weapon. This is nice as well. This is a F-14 Tomcat swing wing. So that's the plane that was used extensively in Top Gun. Although not in this colour scheme, I hasten to add. But obviously they were naval aviators, so that's why there's one of those here.
You are the top 1% of all naval aviators.
Gonna head downstairs now, back down to the quayside, go and have a look at Concorde, and then get out of here. There she is. Shame she's stuck way out the back here, but I guess she's a commercial plane, not a military, so no other attachment to the Intrepid, but it'd be nice to see it in a bit more of a prominent place, considering its significance. I think it's probably because it's not American, if I had to guess. Gotta say, it's a good looking plane. Isn't she a beauty? Looks like it could go back into service straight away. It's a separate ticket, apparently. They like doing that over here. Bit scammy, to be honest. Bristol, aka Rolls-Royce Olympus. Afterburning turbo fans, turbojets. Oh, there she is, the Vulcan. So yeah, the Vulcan used non-afterburning versions of the Olympus. So it sounded the same, but didn't quite have the same oomph. So we're still on the quayside, under the beautiful back end of Concorde. There's the Intrepid. Also on the banks of the Hudson. And there's my accommodation over there. There's a blue building, and it's the building to the left of that. And annoyingly, my room is on the front. Otherwise, I'd have a view of all this. That's the Intrepid done. Just exiting through the gift shop. Obviously not going to buy anything. So I had a recommendation off a local the other day about some places meant to be the best burger in New York. May as well just get on with it and walk all the way. We get to at least go down the High Line again. I think the legs are going to be nuked today. Remarkably slender underneath when you look at the size of the deck.
I was heading for the Corner Bistro in Greenwich Village, which is a lovely area. Unfortunately, the same cannot be said of the burger. It was awful. After washing the burger down with an equally disappointing beer, I got back on my feet in the direction of Battery Place and the Liberty Island ferry terminal.
Really good views there of One World Trade, and Wall Street is kind of over on the right hand side here. That's New Jersey over there. Yeah, well, it's not going to take us long. Well, she looks a little bit bigger up close. I assume from the colour it's made of copper, so when it was new it must have looked all coppery. Pretty spectacular to be stood right underneath it on a nice bright day. But it's absolutely heaving here with rude assholes, and it's hot and muggy, and I'm out. I've seen it. I'm gone. Get a load of this. This literally looks like something out of Ghostbusters. I just had a weather warning on my phone because obviously Google knows where I am, and it said this area is going to get hit with something. But look at that. I think that is literally a weather front. See it hissing down over there on South New Jersey. But Manhattan looks like the flipping Headless Horseman's back going barreling out of it. Well, it's gone from Ghostbusters looking weather to Godzilla weather. It's like a monsoon here, and I'm seeking refuge under the canopy of One Wall Street Court. This nice building, but look at that rain.
As yet, I'd not managed to get a decent dark beer in New York. But in my desperation whilst sheltering from the rain, I typed the words Stout New York into Google, and the top result was a pub literally called Stout that was only 4 blocks away. It was just what I needed, a great pub with some of the best beer I've ever had. So after sampling a few of those, I started heading back towards home, hoping to get some tea on the way.
Just got some pizza from Joe's Pizza. This is a slice of Chilean, otherwise known as Sicilian. You pay $5, my friend. It's not bad, but I'm going to need something else. A Subaru Forester. Got your pick of all the cars in the world, and you buy a Subaru Forester on steel wheels in white. Oh dear. No way. After like 4 days of being here, I finally found a proper NYPD cop car. Not this new 4x4 shit, a proper sedan, like from the movies, like a real car. Just parked here, just chilling. I'm gonna get a dirty water dog. Hey man, can I just get a hot dog, please?
One hot dog?
Please. How much?
5.
Thank you, man.
Hard work.
Cheers. Look at that. That in New York apparently is what they call a dirty water dog. Basically a piece of shit hot dog. Not bad. Oh look, there's the Oculus. We're near the World Trade Center. Well, that didn't take long to get rid of. Wasn't bad actually. You pay me $5. There's the Oculus building, that weird white thing. And behind it, One World Trade, where we went yesterday. We're gonna have a wander through Ground Zero now, see what it's like at night time. Base of the North Tower. And then outside behind the memorial, or museum, sorry, the South Tower. Is it chained off at night? Crazy to be here remembering the videos of those two towers coming down. That horrific toxic cloud of shit and dust and asbestos and death. And yet here I am just wandering through, even at this time of night. It's a pretty nice place to be. Thousands of people died here within less than 2 hours. Yeah, it looks like it's all cordoned off, but we get the idea. There's the North Tower. Now it's just a square hole in the ground. What a place to be. Pretty fitting memorial. I don't know what else you could do to commemorate such an event. This place is nuts. So it's 20 past 10 on a Sunday evening. Look at the people about. People everywhere. I'm hoping this is Church Street. Yes, it is. Heading loosely in the direction of a subway station. Not that one, I don't think. If I want to get something extra for tea on the way home. Had a pizza slice. Had a dirty water dog. Now, don't know what the future holds in store for me. I don't know if this comes out on video, but when you go down the streets where there's not much noise and there's not much else happening, you suddenly get the overwhelming sound of all the air conditioning units in each building. Oh, McDonald's. Go and see what Ronald has to offer. Hey, yo, McDonald's, man. Keep vlogging, man. I'ma skip that. Fair play, the large chips over here, they are bigger than the UK. Don't quite taste as good though. See what a Big Mac's like in New York. Looks similar, smells similar. Yeah, it's pretty close to home.